You get in an argument. Man, you gonna be screaming when you get this thing. And she was faking it the whole time. You mean to tell me she was faking it? DJ and wife, I got this from Ty. Sex life and faking it in bed. Ty, I think it's time I give y'all some advice. Sex ed K money in the building. It's me. What's good? It's me. Let me tell y'all. Sex ed teacher. Whatever the fuck. Wait. What is it called? Or what are they called? I need it for my intro of the YouTube, bruh. Health teacher. That's not what the fuck it's called. Now somebody looks at my search history. This is gonna look like I'm looking for sex advice. Oh my god. What are sex ed teachers called? I don't care no more, bro. Okay. A DJ Envy and wife Gia Kasea discuss sex life and faking it in bed. Sex ed professor came money in the building. Let's play the video. Y'all niggas gonna get some tips from a real nigga.
We got together so young. He was my first. He was my only. And I was very inexperienced aside from sex. You know, before him, the furthest that I'd ever gotten was second base.
Yeah.
What's second base?
My shirt, and I thought that was a big deal.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Second base.
Yeah.
Before him went up my shirt, and I thought that was a big deal.
Oh.
So we were both turtles in our relationship. We waited to have sex till our 1 year anniversary, and he made it very special and, you know, romantic. But we were two kids that, you know, didn't really know what we were doing exactly, but we had fun figuring each other out. Most young girls, and even many women, I'm sure so many women can relate, but you don't know how to achieve an orgasm.
Yeah. Facts. Look, that's one thing about, like, when you're inexperienced, you don't know what's good or what's bad. You have nothing to compare it to. You feel what I'm saying?
A lot of women have no idea what it feels like to have an orgasm through sexual intercourse. You know, they know how to do it themselves, or they know how to do it through oral sex, but through sexual intercourse, a lot of women just don't know. Now, if you don't know, how do you expect your man to know? I especially didn't know. So we would be intimate, and he would be putting his best foot forward. Like, he is in the business of satisfying, just all around.
All right.
Just no. I'm talking about your mentality overall.
Just
like,
all around.
just in life. Like, he lives to make me happy, and he puts his best foot forward in that realm. So I would see him trying and really going to work, and I'm sure so many women can relate. Like, you want to reward that man for that work, and the only reward that you have to offer is an orgasm. But even if I didn't feel it, I would still be performative. So yes, I was faking it. But once you start, how do you stop?
Right.
How do you climb back out of that rabbit hole? You can't really
Okay. Let me tell y'all one thing. Okay, I feel like we've watched enough for me to start talking, right? Okay, so this is very common, chat. I swear to God, you niggas for the most part, little niggas, it doesn't matter. Y'all niggas can take something from this. So open your ears up. And I know a lot of you niggas are niggas, and niggas are expect to perform. You know what I'm saying? It's much harder to make a girl finish orgasm than it is to make you finish. Any girl can make you finish. You close your eyes, whatever girl can come and make you finish. Easily. But not any guy can make a girl finish. So first thing, one thing I'll definitely tell you is communication. I swear to God. Like, first of all, no matter how much experience you have, different people like different things. And it's just as simple as that, right? And if this guy was communicating with her, she wouldn't feel as bad to tell him, yo, that doesn't feel good. When he does it, that doesn't feel good. She wouldn't feel bad to tell him that if he made her comfortable to talk. You know what I'm saying? But if they're just doing it, if they're just getting it in, and she doesn't feel good, but she sees him trying so hard, she feels bad and fakes it. That's the whole problem. There is no communication. You have to tell her. You have to ask her, does she like it? While you're don't ask her while you're doing it. Obviously, that's going to fuck up the mood. But while you're doing certain things, take your time with it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you do for the last woman that's going to work on all women. You know what I'm saying? If you have experience, you'll have a general knowledge, but you still don't have the knowledge to make this specific girl finish. You feel me? So one thing, if your guys are talking normally on the phone without you guys doing it, you guys can talk about this certain shit. What does she like? You know what I'm saying? There's girls that like it a little more rough, a little more passionate. There's certain things girls like while you're in there. There's certain things girls like. Specific things. You know what I'm saying? And the more experience you have, the more general knowledge you have. So you can be like, oh, do you like it when you're doing this with your titties? Do you like it when you're doing this down? You know what I'm saying? You'll give her options if she's inexperienced. And she'll be like, oh yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds the best type shit. You know what I'm saying? So when you're in there, but when you're in there doing it though, how can you make sure? Without you guys talking, how can you make sure? I would say just take your time with it. While you're doing it, look at her what's it called? Body language. You can tell when somebody's faking it. You can tell when somebody's not. When a girl is having an orgasm, you can tell she's faking it. She's she's faking it. And her whole body is moving like she can't sit still. Her legs, are shaky. She's trying to close it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when the girl has an orgasm, the thing is sensitive. So you can see all these things and you can actually, like, take hints. But most importantly, take your time. You do a certain thing. If she's not really giving you a reaction, you try something else. We got the internet today. Go watch some videos, take some tips if you don't got bitches to fuck. You feel me? But if you do, you're taking lessons from each one. You're getting experience. That gives you genuine knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly, communication. Always remember that.
Conversation about it now. So I actually did it to myself. But what's more important is the fact that it had nothing to do with him.
Right.
He was doing everything that a man could do to please a woman. The problem was that I didn't know my own body. And
you couldn't communicate what exactly you wanted.
Exactly. I had to learn that first. And what the problem was, I was so busy performing and putting on a show that I didn't take the time to be pleased. I didn't take the time to enjoy it because that wasn't my priority. My priority was him. And that comes from a place where, ever since we're young, we're sold these false narratives that women are sex objects. Women are here for the pleasing of men. Women are toys. You see it on billboard ads. You see it on the cover of books. You see it in, car magazines. You see it everywhere. Sexy women draped across something, advertising something. So we're kind of subconsciously led to believe those things. And for me, this is how it played out in my life.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense for the most part. Subconsciously, that makes sense. But like just like by her talking, like based off what she said about the guy wants to please her. He's a pleaser, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not one of those that just sits there give me head. He would probably give it back. He would want to give it back more, you know what I'm saying? He's one of those that probably like pleasing more than getting pleased, you feel me? But that's not an excuse to fake it, you know what I'm saying? But girls tend to be a little bit more shy. The guy's supposed to take control. The guy's supposed to lead. So you're the person that's supposed to ask her, what do you like? Blah, blah, blah. Should we try this? Should we try that? And if she doesn't genuinely know what she likes, like I said, you take your time with whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying. There's millions of things you can try. But take your time with it and see her reaction. She doesn't even have to say a word. Just see how her body reacts. Just see how, the noises she's making. The faces she's making. You know what I'm saying? And that's certain shit. When you know how to hit the spot, you keep doing it and she finishes. It's really not that hard if you learn her body. You know what I'm saying? It makes it much easier if she knows her body. But if she doesn't, you figure it out together. But mostly you figure it out. You're the man. You know what I'm saying?
And everything is all good there now, right?
Oh yeah, he's awesome. I figured out my problems.
Hurt my heart though. I ain't gonna lie. I hurt my heart. I might have cried a couple of times, but it helped our relationship even better.
But on a more serious note, me doing that was very, very detrimental, and it put into effect the fall of a series of dominoes that hurt our relationship in the absolute worst way. It was actually one of the reasons why he cheated.
Mm. So do you feel like
he cheated? What the fuck? What the fuck? He cheated. The reason why he cheated. What the fuck? Excuse me?
So how did that conversation even come about? Like, Emmy, were you like, am I not performing enough? Or were you at some point like, you're not performing enough? Or like, how did that come about?
One night we were in bed and we were having sex, and she was just, I remember in the middle of it, she was like, yes, but no. And I'm like, yeah, yes, but no what?
Something like that.
Yes, but no what? And she was like, we got into like a argument, and then she was like, well, I don't be having an orgasm. She didn't say it in that. She speaks way more eloquent than I would have. And I was like, what? And she was like, I don't. I'm like, no, yes, you do. I hear it. Like, yeah, and then she was like, no, I'm faking it. I'm like, every time? And she was like, yeah. And then that just crushed me because I thought I was putting in work. Like, I'm sitting there thinking I'm...
On my mother's life, nothing worse than that. On my nothing worse than that. Chat, imagine just the day-to-day life. You in the bed, you doing your jiggy. You going hard as shit. She talk about faking it, chat, faking it, but you don't know anything. You don't know she's faking it. Now after the bed and shit like that, or just a normal day, you gonna be like, oh, you didn't say that when I was fucking you last night. You didn't say that when you were yelling last night. Imagine. Inside, she's inside. She said she probably talking about yeah, you thought. That's sad, chat. I swear to God, chat. Somebody gotta step up and actually talk, and it gotta be the man every time. That's why before you even get into this shit, bro, that's why you should just talk to her. No girl would ever hate that, chat. Find a smooth way to do it. Don't be like, oh, you like this? No, find a smooth way to do it. Like literally. Like when you guys about to link up with someone, when you guys are talking about linking up and you guys are saying like, oh, I'm gonna do this, you'll see, blah, blah, blah. Just be like, just tell me a few things you like so I can make it enjoyable for you. I swear to God, no girl would hate that. I promise you that. And she'll tell you a few things. And that's something, that gives you something to go off of, right? Let's say she likes biting. Let's say she likes biting, right? Now you can take that and you can use your common sense to be like, she likes low-key like a little bit of pain in it, right? So you would like pinch the titties. You know, I don't want to get too like, you know what I'm saying, descriptive, because I don't know if you guys trying to hear that or not. I'm not trying to talk about it either. But I'm saying though, you take that idea and you go off of it. Like she likes it a little bit rougher. She likes a little pain. She likes biting. You know what I'm saying? Let's say on the other hand, she loves kissing. She loves neck kisses. She likes it a little bit more passionate. You like shit like that. You take that and that gives you something to go off of. Now you go there when you guys are doing it. Each time it has to get better. Just always remember that. Let it get a little bit better, but every time it has to get better. You know what I'm saying? You try that way and see how her body reacts, how she reacts. Shit like that. And then you go based off of that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit.
You know, Big Daddy Long Leg, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and she's sitting there like, no, not at all. So it really hurt my heart. Like it hurt me because for that time, I thought I was pleasing my wife. I thought I was pleasing, you know. You hear all these stories of women talking about their girlfriend. Oh, girl, he was so short. Oh, girl, he ain't doing nothing. And I feel like they laughing. Now I feel like that's what my wife was doing.
Yeah, but the way that it came out, we had gotten into an argument. And when I was trying to resolve the argument, he tried to slap the Band-Aid of sex over it. And he had done that so many times before. Like, let me just give us some.
You know that conversation.
Let me just give us some.
Take this D and shut up. You know that.
I actually think that's the most.
Imagine, chat. Imagine. Oh my God, may God protect me from this. Oh my God, may God protect me from this shit. And I'll always make sure to clear this shit up. Every single time I've made sure to clear this shit up. Chat, imagine you get in an argument. Man, come get this thing. Man, you gonna be screaming when you get this thing. And she was faking it the whole time. She was faking it. she was faking it?
Toxic. A lot of people love like makeup sex, and in my opinion, I feel like it's the most toxic thing ever. And
we had quite a bit of makeup sex.
Yeah.
And I was over it that day. So I'm like, we didn't even get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, you got to talk about it, and then you can make up with the
You have to get to a point of understanding.
Right.
Then you can have happy makeup sex. But I was having disgruntled makeup sex. And I'm laying there and I'm thinking to myself like, and then it just came out. So what I did, which was wrong, was I weaponized it. There was a time and place for me to communicate how I had felt. There was a way in which to do it. And that is not the decision that I made. I did it to hurt him. I did it to spite him. And it made our relationship that much more toxic, because now I have a husband with a bruised ego who's looking at me as a wife who's a liar, and who not only lied, but lied to him for years. And in the most delicate part of your
How long had you guys been together when you had that conversation?
At that point, I think we were married for...
That was our Kittle house. It was the other house.
It was the other house. It was when we were on a lease.
Yep.
16, 17, maybe 17 years ago. So we're probably 10 or 11 years into our marriage. Yeah, you remember where the bedroom,
I just
we
remember
sat
the
there
bedroom
and
in the
had
house.
the conversation.
Bro, that far in. And she was lying to him the whole time, bro. I'm sorry, brother.
It was the house prior to the one that we're living in now. So yeah, no, it was a long time ago. But let me tell you something. It had years of consequences.
Oh my goodness, that's a long time. That's definitely a long time. But you could clearly see the work that you guys have done with your responses and your self-awareness and the parts you each played to get to where you are today.
Like I've seen girls 3 years in a relationship, never had an orgasm ever. All of that, bro. Like, bro, I swear to God, Chad, it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a big dick. You don't even need to use a dick to make a bitch orgasm, bro. I swear to God, you just gotta like be willing to learn about her body. Be willing to communicate. Step up like a man and communicate with the bitch. I'm telling you, bro. Like, what's wrong, bro? No, bro. Now when she arguing, that's what she gonna be like, that's why you never made me orgasm, weak ass dick. Really? You gonna say that? You gonna say that right now? That's what you're gonna say? What do you mean you didn't? You never orgasm. I heard you screaming, you're lying. Oh my mom, I've never orgasmed. Right now? You gonna say that right now, bro? You're done. Just walk out, bro.
Not a lot of pointing fingers, which I love. So I love that for you guys. Love the black love come through.
Baby.
Yes, and you guys also talk about questions to ask yourself before marriage, and you give, I think, about 25 questions to ask yourself. For each of you, what would you say is the most important question to ask yourself before marriage for the people watching?
Insanity! So bad, bro. Bro, I feel so bad for you, brother. Brother, I feel so bad for you, brother. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless.